What comes to mind when you're asked to picture a strong leader? Perhaps it's the image of an innovative CEO launching a groundbreaking company, a renowned politician shaping the course of the nations, or a beloved pop icon captivating the masses. Maybe, for many of us, it's the unwavering strength and guidance of our own mothers. But what if I told you that your idea of a leader is incomplete? It's not just about the titles, the fame, or the power dynamics that we often associate with leadership. Most of us, if asked, would likely downplay our own potential to lead. Before we go any further, we must take a second to understand that leadership isn't reserved for the elite, apex predators, or extraordinary people with big ideas and even bigger pockets. No, leadership is something far more accessible, far more democratic than that. And although some people are natural-born leaders, most leadership traits are not magically inherited through the genetics lottery. We'll talk more about what leadership is and is not in a few moments, but first, let's explore what leadership is and what it takes to be an effective leader, and in doing so, redefine our own potential to lead. What is leadership? A leader is an individual who possesses a vision that inspires and motivates others, fostering an environment of innovation and embodying the values inherent to that vision. Andrew Dubrin says, leadership is the ability to inspire confidence and support amongst the people needed to achieve a goal. Simply put, a leader, just like you or me, recognizes that the world would be improved if everyone embraced a specific set of goals. Then they live out these values in their everyday interactions, serving as role model for others. Consider Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who championed unity, equality, and peace among races and cultures. His life serves as a powerful example of how, despite facing injustice, he actively promoted these values, organizing nonviolent protests to challenge segregation. And in doing so, he invited others to join in building a community that prioritized these shared ideals, ultimately fostering a culture rooted in unity and justice. Similarly, leadership in the workplace entails an individual recognizing the importance of shared values and actively embodying them in their day-to-day interactions. Just as in broader society, a workplace leader serves as a model for their team, inspiring them to uphold these values and contribute to a positive organizational culture. For instance, a leader in the workplace may prioritize collaboration, integrity, and innovation. They demonstrate these values through their actions, such as fostering open communication, promoting ethical decision-making, and encouraging creativity among team members. In doing so, they cultivate a work environment where everyone feels safe, valued, motivated, and empowered to contribute to the organization's success. Before we discuss leadership traits and styles, let's go over common leadership misconceptions and what leadership is not. Leadership is not authority. It's not about wielding your weight around like a caveman. Leadership is not manipulative. True leadership involves genuine influence, not coercion. Leadership is not exploitative. Effective leaders do not take advantage of their team members. Instead, they support and nurture them. Leadership is not a title or a position. Leaders are not perfect. Leaders are willing to learn from their mistakes and help others prevent the same. Leaders do not operate independently. Good leaders create an environment that invites outsiders to want to collaborate. And most importantly, leadership is not exclusive. Organizational leadership is an open opportunity for everyone, regardless of race or background. These sentiments are best articulated in a quote by Simon Sinek, a prominent figure in organizational leadership known for his work with Fortune 500 companies. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. For this next segment, we'll be using SpongeBob to discuss leadership traits commonly linked with effective leaders. It's important to note that being effective doesn't require excelling in every leadership characteristic. In fact, many effective leaders excel in some traits while scoring lower in others. Today, we'll be honing in on two major traits: charisma and emotional intelligence. Charisma is magnetic charm and ability to captivate and inspire confidence effortlessly. Emotional intelligence is the understanding of your own emotions and using them to build genuine connections while navigating the complexities of human interaction. But why are these traits so vital for leaders? Well, they're the bedrock of trust and confidence. They empower effective communication and relationship building. They foster adaptability in the faces of challenges, and they wield the power to positively influence others. In essence, charisma and emotional intelligence aren't just nice to have. They're the secret sauce that transforms good leaders into great ones. Let's take a look at a real-life example. This is Raven, Raven is a hiring manager at a prominent hospital in her area. Raven's noticed a lack of diversity within her team, leading to a bias of patients within her company that could potentially lead to an increase of racial discrimination complaints. Recognizing the importance of diversity and advocating for minority communities, Raven has taken some proactive steps. She organized diversity training sessions and made it a priority to implement more inclusive recruitment practices to ensure representation of marginalized voices within her team. Raven's initiative, guided by her value of organizational inclusivity, not only empowered the team dynamics, but also demonstrated effective leadership and a commitment to creating a more equitable workplace. Her actions helped to avoid potentially racially discriminative practices and fostered a culture of inclusivity and fairness within the organization. Let's explore leadership styles with Barbie. There are many leadership styles and variations within those styles, but one thing is for certain. For success, a great leader must possess the skill to analyze situations comprehensively and adapt their leadership style to achieve the greatest mutual benefit for individuals, the organization, and the overall impact that they aim to make. For instance, an executive at a finance company facing employee theft might use an authoritative approach to handle the situation decisively in one scenario, but while dealing with a system failure, might seek input from the team using a consultative style to find solutions. How can you apply all of this to become the best leader that you can be? As mentioned earlier, it's crucial to recognize that leaders are not flawless. Sometimes our passion for our visions can inadvertently create friction with others. A hallmark of a good leader is to understand that growth is an ongoing process and self-improvement refines your leadership skills. To enhance leadership capabilities, initiating discussions with colleagues or peers for feedback is essential. A process known as 360 feedback allows leaders to embrace areas of improvement, understanding that it contributes to the overall improvement in realizing their vision. Additionally, practicing active listening, attending leadership workshops, and seeking mentorship through networking or consulting relationships are valuable strategies for leadership development. Today, we delved into the essence of leadership, exploring its various dimensions and qualities. As we conclude, let's remember that leadership isn't confined to the realms of the extraordinary. It resides within each and every one of us.